It seems like she's not really wanting to connect with me. I'm trying to set these dates with her, but she's pushing it off. When she's not busy, I kind of get vague answers like a runaround. And then she ends up making herself busy, going out, living her life, dressing up cute. And it's kind of pissing me off because she's not really taking my lead. I'm putting my hand out to her, but she's not taking that and walking forward with me in relationship.
Hey, good girl.
What's going on? What are you... You're so thick-headed that you can't tell when someone's hiding all the way across the universe and wants to be left alone.
We need to talk.
No, you want to talk to me.
I need her to stay.
Stay. Stay. Please.
Please.
All right. Here's the deal. I'll listen to you till this is empty.
Asgard is in danger. If people are dying, we need to get back there. I need your help.
Finished. Bye.
I'm upset right now of how it went, and I'm also not happy how it's going in relationship overall. So what does the mountain lion-centered mature man say about this? Hey, Jeff here with Great Men Move Mountains. This is where I teach men how to have connected, intimate, passionate, long-term relationship, or to know how and when to leave. Is this me? What am I doing wrong? How do I move forward from here? Am I overthinking this, right? Is this the monkey mind shit that's going on? Or am I really messing up? What's going on? What do I do? This led with, he asked her to go out on a date today and said, would you like to go out today or this evening? And she gave him kind of a shit test, confidence test, gave him a little sass right back. And she said, how come I wasn't given the option to say no with this date idea? And he basically didn't know what to say. He kind of froze in that situation. If you're asking a woman out on a date, if you're asking your wife to plan a date with you, and that's the goal of this particular conversation, make sure that that's what you go for and that you don't stack anything else within that same conversation. So if she's basically giving you the runaround, giving you a confidence test here, you play with it. No is always an option. I'd love to take you out today. Are you open for that? No, I'd really like to go out with my girlfriends. I mean, I actually kind of wanted just to have the day to myself. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know what it's like to just want to have freedom in your day and want to not have any plans. That's cool. I'd like to plan a date with you soon, maybe this weekend. When are you available next? That's the goal of this conversation, is to understand what she's saying, to empathize, not judge that she doesn't want to spend the afternoon with you today, and to set up the next date with her. That's the goal, okay? So if you feel disappointed in the moment, that's your shit to deal with. That's not yours to put onto her. How are you going to process that? I'll get to that in a minute. And if you're unhappy with the volume of connection or the quality of connection, or that you're trying to step forward here in relationship with her and it doesn't seem like she's taking your hand, that's a different even yet issue. That's a different conversation. It's not something to like get pissed about right now and throw back in her face. Okay. And so this gentleman, my client, did really well, and he didn't do that. He wrapped up the conversation and emailed and said, you know, he started with, I'm mad right now, which is great. Like, feel those emotions, understand what's going on within you. So let's talk about the two ways to process this and how to move forward. The one is what's happening now, the emotions you're having now, the rejection that you're feeling right now and what your body's going through emotionally. And the other is the longer term, over time connection within the relationship, which is the third entity here. There's you, there's her, and there's the relationship. So how are you doing right now? You're angry right now. Valid, not for you to take out on her. It's for you to process yourself. Well, how do you process this yourself? there's going to be, so time for my amazing artistic abilities again, okay? So, like, this is me with this is my crazy hair today too, right? So this is me and I'm angry. If I'm angry right now, okay, where do you feel it? Where do you feel it in your body? There's generally 4 areas that we feel these emotions in our body, okay? In our head, in our throat, in our chest, and in our stomach. Now, sure, maybe you tense your jaw, or you sweaty palms, or your guts kind of turn over in a cartwheel. All those things can happen as well. But generally, there's the 4 areas: head, throat, chest, and stomach. That if you have no idea how to do this, I asked my son. He started to pitch a few years ago, and he'd get really upset with himself. And he was, we're pitching in the backyard, and he's not doing as well as he would have hoped. And I'm just having fun with him, and he's getting all mad. He's 13 at the time, and I'm asking him, "Hey, it looks like you're getting upset about this. Where do you feel that in your body?" And this is the first time I had done this with him, and he said, "What are you talking about? Where do I feel it in my body? I have no idea what you're talking about." Okay, so if you're like my son, and when I say, "What does the anger feel like in your body? Where do you feel it in your body?" and you're saying, "I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, Jeff," start with one of the 4 areas, okay? Head, throat, chest, and stomach, right? So where do you feel it in your body? For me, when I feel anger, I feel energy basically shoot up my neck. I hold my breath, so my chest feels tight. Energy shoots up my neck, and then my head basically starts to throb, and my head feels really tight. Okay? That's what happens as I'm getting angry. The whole goal here is to stop yourself from vomiting the anger out onto her or your relationship or even yourself. Like, "Oh God, I tried, this could have went really badly," and he could have just blown up all over the situation. "When I try to plan a date, you just give me vague crap answers. And what, am I not good enough to plan a date?" These are all things that are going on in his head that he didn't vomit out. That's great. So what does it feel like in your body when that's coming up? And if you're verbally vomiting, you really need to get your shit together and be aware of this, because that verbal vomit is just going to absolutely kill the intimacy and the relationship between you and your spouse. Okay? He didn't do that in the moment, and now he wants to know how to process this. Right? You feel in your body where it's really rising up. Okay? So for me, it's my chest, my throat, my head gets really tight. Then what you do, okay, once you recognize that, like, okay, yeah, literally my chest feels tight, literally I have all this energy shoot up my neck, then you do what I call take it to the boardroom. Okay, so we have our core emotions. If you look online, some places you'll see 6 or 7 or 12, or I even saw 70 at one point, but these are going to be like sad, happy, disgust, if I can spell disgust, excited, disappointed. It doesn't really matter exactly how many that you're going to put within the boardroom. I suggest something around 7. You don't need 70 seats around the boardroom table, okay? So the goal here is, this is what I call the boardroom. And this is where you go. Let's say you're the CEO of this company, and you're walking into the boardroom and you're leading the discussion, and you're going to go around the boardroom and ask all the different emotions what they have to offer to this situation. What's their opinion? What's their input on the situation? Sometimes I even, here in Good Guys to Great Men, we call it the mountain lion voice. And this may be the calm, mature, centered man. So I could put mature here. Another one I could put is driven. What am I driven toward in life? So you don't have to just label these happy, sad, disgust. You can put whatever you want, a personification of whatever kind of hero or the man you look up to, or if you want to be how your grandfather was in this situation, maybe you put grandpa here, and you go to the boardroom and you go around and you ask what their thoughts are in the situation. Okay. So if I'm asking the sad part of myself, Yeah, so that sad part of me, the sad part of the boardroom would say, yeah, she doesn't want to connect with me. I really wanted to be around her today. I really wanted to hug her and walk along with her. You don't try to correct that voice. You don't give it advice or argue with it. You just say, thank you for your input. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, the excited part of me. Well, I was really excited to go out with her, but now I'm excited to go have time at the gym. So you really need to go with the flow here. He's excited. He's not disappointed, he's excited. Well, now I'm excited to have some time on my own, and I'm excited to be able to start that next chapter of the book that I want to do, or I'm excited to do this other thing in my life. Right? Allow sad to be there. Allow so disgusted. Oh God, she never wants to connect. Like, what the hell is her problem? What a bitch, you know, all this stuff. Right? So let them have their own thoughts, their own input, and go around the table. So what does the mountain lion centered mature man say about this? He says, well, it's obvious that she wanted to have time on her own today, and I respect that. I did my best to connect with her. I did my best to go for setting the date like I wanted, so I asked her about this weekend, and I feel pretty good about that, right? Now I'm going to go and have my own life, work on my own goals, forge my own path in the world, because today she wants to spend time on her own.
Stay here and
Enslave people for that.
lunatic. Keep drinking, keep hiding. But me, I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them. That's what. Because that's what heroes do.
So you feel what you feel in your body, and then you take it to the boardroom. So feel it, and then take it to the boardroom. Right? Once you go around the table, if you drew this out, great. If not, if you're just doing this in your mind with your eyes closed, or you're on a walk, that's cool. Once you go around the table, then check in with your body again, the same way you did. Is my chest just as tight as it was? What's going on with my throat? Is my head throbbing like it was before? Notice what's going on in your body, then go back to the boardroom again, okay? Then ask the same seats, the same feelings, the same persona, what they have to offer now for input. So if I go back to the mountain lion, I'm proud of myself for checking in with my body in a mature way. This is something I know I can come back to. I'm not judging myself, I'm not judging her. Maybe I'm proud of myself. Maybe we go back to sad. Well, I'm still not being able to be with her today. Okay. Going back to excited. Shit, like I'm excited that I know what to do. That I know how to do this and to integrate these emotions within myself. That's exciting. You're probably a lot more calm at this point. Sure, you can still feel like slighted a bit from this morning. You can still feel mad about something. It's not good or bad to feel something. It's allowing it to wash over you, to integrate it, to use this process that I'm explaining now, feel it in your body and go to the boardroom to work through those emotions instead of just avoiding them or shoving them down in the basement where they're going to go down there and lift weights and come back stronger. You're not shunning them. You're not turning away from the emotions you're processing. Okay, that's all what you do about the anger of the now. What do you do about the disappointment around the lack of connection and volume and quality of getting together with her on dates? That happens over time. So what am I feeling now in the boardroom is processing the now and the what do I want and what are my values and what are my boundaries in relationship over time. Because it's not make or break any one particular day. Now, if this gentleman goes to his wife like he did today and she doesn't want to get together today and he says, hey, I'd love to plan a date for this weekend. When are you open? And she gives vague, well, I don't know. You know, I'm like pretty busy. I'm not sure. I'll have to let you know. Well, hey, that's cool. I'd really like to plan something though. So what do you think? Like Saturday evening, Friday, you know, the following weekend? What are you thinking? Well, there's this big work project coming up and I'm not sure. Like, she's not giving you an answer. She's not giving you time. She's not allowing space and time for the relationship to have connection and a date night and a fun. Now, so that means that she's not wanting to walk across that bridge to you, with you in relationship right now. And that gives you other indicators of what's going on in the relationship. That is going to need to be a different conversation. So again, don't stack, well, I'm trying to plan a date here and you're really not good. What's going on? Don't stack, okay? Honor what she's saying in the moment. Try to validate and empathize with what she's saying in the moment. Oh, I get it. I mean, is that, so again, you can even ask emotional questions. Is it stressful for you to, like, wow, you have a lot going on at work. Is it stressful right now for you to not even know so much what's going on, to not be able to plan time with me? And then shut up and listen. Listen to what she has to say, right? If she wants to connect with you, she's going to open up emotionally, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I really wish we could plan something. I just don't want to have to cancel on you at the last minute. There's a giant work project coming up and I just know that's coming up, but I don't know the details. And, I totally want to get together with you. It's just, I don't want to plan a whole night out and have to cancel. Oh, that totally makes sense. Yeah, thank you for thinking about me. How about we plan a 30-minute coffee for Sunday morning? So you can get to what you want, planning a date. Now, if it's the other way, well, yeah, I just, I don't want to plan anything right now. I'm just not sure what's going to happen. And it appears that she's sort of backing away, not sharing anything emotional, not wanting to plan or connect with you. That is a whole other indicator of another conversation that needs to be had. That's a topic for another video, right? But I want you to know you don't have to try to solve everything right now. Go for what you want. Lead in the conversation. Ask her emotional questions. Try to open her up emotionally and understand what she's going through. If all that's being shut down, that's an indicator for a relationship conversation that's going to need to happen in the future. But don't try to have that right now in this moment, because you need to process. you need to process what do you feel in your body? Where do you feel it? And then you take it to the boardroom, right? And you're going to go to the boardroom twice. And after you go to the boardroom, you're going to maybe journal for yourself, or take a walk outside, or hit the gym, or crack the next chapter of the book that you're reading, or reach out to a friend. Process it yourself in a healthy way. Don't just let it stew. Don't shove it down into the basement, and don't take it out on your spouse, right? Go to the mountain lion at your table here and ask him what his thoughts are. Ask him what his advice is, and maybe do something that he recommends, right? This is your better self looking out for you. You're a warrior in your own life, all right? A warrior takes actions like I've described here, and you're a king as far as the plan of what you're going to do moving forward here, right? Save that other conversation for another time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other men in this exact same situation as you find this content and helps grow the channel. Thanks a lot.
I'ma tell you about a woman whose heart is sunshine, whose body burned hot. I'ma tell you about a woman who's cold as tundra, with some frozen eyes. I can tell by the way she moves that she cares, and it's lovely too. I'ma tell you about a story of a broken man, how it began, how it ends, but he didn't understand.